I'm asking a genuine question. I do not at all understand the pro-lifers' emphasis on birth. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I spend a lot of my time reading pro-life articles, thoughts, media, all of that, to have an understanding of the logic. And oftentimes I don't agree with it, but I can understand like the logic, the train of thought. I cannot comprehend and understand the emphasis on birthing. It makes no sense to me, especially when we talk about science and data and research. And I don't think you have to be a neuroscientist to understand certain things. So ACOG says fetuses can't feel pain until 24 to 25 weeks. They even say that it's possible they can't really conceptualize pain until consciousness, and consciousness isn't even developed in the brain until late third trimester, right before they're being born. But that's a hot take, because there's other researchers that say, no, like we think fetuses can feel pain at 12 weeks. I'm willing to accept that at 16 weeks. It's uncomfortable to think, but maybe my son did feel pain during his abortion. The procedure was 10 to 15 minutes long. I know for certain that his life would have had a lot more suffering and there would have been a lot more pain than that 10 or 15 minutes. I don't really believe that he had the structures developed enough to feel that. But for argument's sake, like maybe he did. That was a blip. He was in the most safe, comfortable, loving place. He did not have to go through the trauma of being born. He did not have to develop over time in my belly to be able to experience pain, to then have to go through the trauma of birth and possibly die. And I don't know what would have happened with him, right? He would have definitely gone into surgeries and all of that. So it's possible he could have lived. But for these fatal fetal anomalies, it's wild. Like, we know for certain in some of these cases that these babies will die. Absolutely will die. And so we're developing them to be able to experience pain. And the answer is like, well, hospice palliative care. They still have to be birthed, which is traumatic and painful. And they are then at that point able to truly experience the pain. I can totally see how, how we conceptualize death and how we think about a dignified death varies across cultures and places and religions and all of these things. It's really hard for me to understand that people make other folks do that all for birth.